It's gone! Oh, no! Bang! There he goes! That's 4. Oh, great cricket, England, great cricket.
One-day international 100, he is back, Ross Taylor.
He's got it straight back to Tom Savvy. And this has been comprehensive run chase from England. They're a very professional outfit. Auckland's most famous landmark on the hill there, the Sky Tower, and that is Mount Eden overlooking its backyard. And there is Eden Park, and we welcome you along to it for the decider in this ANZ ODI series between New Zealand and England. And really, we are expecting a really good atmosphere as we build towards the crescendo of a run chase later in the evening. The news is that New Zealand will be batting first, so they've made one change to their side. Andrew Ellis comes in as a genuine all-rounder for the bowling speciality of Trent Boult. And England, as you would imagine, why change a winning combination? They have been consistent throughout this series from ball one in that department. Well, the trend has been win one, lose one, win one, lose one. That means surely it's New Zealand's turn again today. Umpires are out in the middle. England are about to join them, and we will join the commentators just across the way. Nick Knight from England, and representing New Zealand with a silver fern stamped on his chest is Simon Doull.
Thank you very much, Smithy. Good afternoon, everyone. Eden Park looking an absolute picture this afternoon. Great pitch, beautiful outfield, and a sunny day. We're in for a wonderful afternoon and evening in this deciding match in the ANZ one-day series. England captain Alistair Cook winning the toss, selecting to have a bowl, put New Zealand in after the pressure that they applied in Napier. Good afternoon, Nick Knight, and a wonderful move.
Afternoon, everybody. Yeah, just been out there, what, half an hour or so ago. You can just feel the tension, actually. Important toss, you'd say, with ground dimensions. England drawing first blood. Now then, can New Zealand get past score? Can they get, what, 300? Surely that's the sort of figure that you're thinking of on this surface. Pitch looks incredible. Yeah, all to play for, 1-all. I'm sure there'll be a few more people coming in throughout the afternoon and into the evening. The pressure on the openers for now. Haven't really got going, New Zealand openers. They'll be up against it, of course, with two outstanding new ball bowlers.
Yeah, you're right about this pitch. It is a belter. Do it so well here. The ground staff, Mark Perham and his team. They've got this drop-in wicket situation completely sorted. James Anderson, spearhead of this English bowling attack. Test match cricket, one-day international cricket. Oh, beautifully in Napier.
Well, this is the phase of the game, Dooley, that you're feeling and are pretty confident with Anderson, with Finn, with backup from Broad and Wokes. It's just holding the game at the latter end that's still up for grabs.
Starts with a wide, a little bit of swing. You might see a bit more of that in Auckland today. It did feel a little humid to me, more so than Napier a couple of days ago. Graham Swan there. Real character, Graham Swan. Great sense of humour. And a very good night with him a couple of nights ago. Did a interview for Crick HQ, which Brendan McCullum is involved in, and Stephen Fleming and Graham Swan, of course, an investor, number of them, cricketers around the world involved in Crick HQ, and Graham Swan was just brilliant, absolutely brilliant on an internet interview. Loves his music, loves his Kiwi music.
Well, he's in a band, isn't he? I'm not sure if I've ever listened to what's produced from the band, but he is in a band.
Well, he actually he admitted, he said, I'm a great front man, but I'm not a great singer. So there is another guy in the band who's a far better singer, but he's an awful front man for the group. But no, he loves the Feelers, which is iconic New Zealand rock band. And, he's right into it.
I should probably know what the band's called, though. I'll get a ticking off for that.
Graham Swan's band. It's quite a long-winded name.
Yeah, that's probably why I can't remember it. But you're right, he's a great character. He's a fascinating story, actually. I mean, when he first came into international cricket, you're going back, well, I toured with him. That's how far back it is. He was okay. Now he's, what, the best in the world at what he does? As a conventional spinner. 99 ODIs wickets. He's been poised on that for a couple of games too.
When New Zealand were dictated to in Napier, I think they will try to be a little more aggressive. And when I say aggressive, I mean aggressive in looking for singles and turning the strike over, left-hand, right-hand combination. They have to try and do that, put a little bit of pressure back on the English bowlers, and it's not about just finding the boundary.
Yeah, the word you might use is busy. Trying to change up the lengths a little bit. Not easy to do that. It really isn't. You've got two high-class bowlers. It's easy to sit up here with in a nice comfy combox and say, right, you've got to be more busy, but the ball's just swinging and nipping away. Not easy.
Watling's underway. The third man for a single. One over gone, it's two without loss. He's looking for his marker here just to put the spot down on the block. Keeps wide of that. He's got a little paint line there probably, but he just puts that marker down. It's slightly easier to see. And if he's outside of that, then he's no chance of knocking the stumps over.
Yeah, he has to be just to the left of that with his landing foot. And if he's left of it, then he's okay. As soon as he gets too tight, then there's a chance he can knock the stumps over, and of course that'll become a no ball. MCC have decided. Good afternoon.
What's that for a start? Pace and bounce first up.
He's actually played it pretty well.
Such thing as a warm-up ball. So Daniel Vettori. Just getting some practice in for when cricket's all finished, I think. Daniel Vettori is down with the powers that be and the hierarchy of New Zealand cricket. He'll be just getting a little bit of practice in for later life.
What sort of shape is he in? Are we going to see him at all? Is he out of the series test matches?
I think you'll see him in England. Don't think you'll see him before that. Beauty. It's a good length.
I'm sure he saw that. Great to see him. It really is great to see. The modern game with a young, tall, energetic fast bowler just hitting the surface. Just a little bit of movement, play that.
We're not following it. BJ Watling. He's playing that line and then maybe drawing inside at a touch. Not this time. Out. Swan takes the catch and Watling goes Great start to the Finn over, and it's ended with the wicket of BJ Watling.
Well, it's a stunning start, it really is. Right from the first ball of this over, you wouldn't have predicted this wouldn't have happened. Well, in the end, he just had a fence at it. But the line is impeccable, the pace is there. Play that if you can, and he couldn't. Too good, Stephen Finn. What a start from England. Watling goes for 1, 2 for 1.
Just the single again. A little bit straight from Anderson on that occasion. Lovely. Beautiful piece of timing, straight back past the bowler. No better place to hit it.
Well, he's impressed me. I've seen a little bit of him back in England playing for Gloucestershire, but I've seen a much better version here, and that's why. I saw him at Hamilton, he did down the ground. An easy shot to play against anyone, but when Anderson and Finn are on top of you, that's not easy. It's a good question. Who's the best batsman at the world at the moment? Is it Cook? Is it Clark? Is it Amler? Have I missed one?
Take the tick. Hard to say between those players. Each brings something very different. I'm always amazed at Hashim Amla's ability also in one-day international cricket. His strike rate in one-day international cricket is 92. Over 90, it's around that 92 mark. He averages well into the 50s. Napped and gone. Anderson's in the mix as well here. Just a faint outside edge and through to the keeper, Butler.
Well, if Finn doesn't get you, Anderson will. Play that if you can. Just a little bit of shape. I think it just either swung away or nipped away. Let's have a look. Just nipped away off the surface. Had to play at it. Just a little feather. No problems from Butler. So they just can't get going throughout this series, New Zealand. And the same again today. Big wicket. Williamson goes for 7. Real trouble. 11 for 2.
Change upstairs though. Craig McMillan and Ian Smith.
Thank you, Simon. Beautiful day, isn't it? And good crowd, as you say, starting to come into Eden Park, and a good atmosphere. Those New Zealand fans that are arriving will, if they haven't been updated through transistors and whatever, will know that New Zealand are under the pump early here because England have been outstanding. They have just been on song. They've followed on from Napier, and they're even better, in fact. That's an edge as well. And now the picture has got a little sorrier for New Zealand. Rutherford finally gets a little bit of width and cannot deal with it the way he wants to. And he looks at the bottom of the bat in disgust. And England are overjoyed here and absolutely on top.
No answer. Hamish Rutherford. Steve Finn has been outstanding with the ball. Has just peppered away. And Rutherford finally gets a little bit of width. Goes too hard at it. All he can do is edge it through to the keeper. Finger goes up for Finn. Rutherford on the way for 2. New Zealand in trouble. 11 for 3.
England's disciplined bowling performance have given New Zealand absolutely nothing. First ball that Anderson bowled was a wide. Since then they have been right on the money in every capacity. Those two sets of analysis there, and Anderson again. Just want to keep bowling, and they want to get this man. They want to get Ross Taylor, who is one of the thorns in their side, and then Brendan McCullum. If these two guys can have a crack at McCullum in their opening blast, that would be ideal.
Well, who said one-day international cricket's a batsman's game? The introduction of 2 new balls, one from each end, I think has levelled things out.
A bowler would have said it.
Yeah, you're right. Lots of bowlers have said it for years. I don't agree now. I think with 2 new balls, just levels things out. Just been trying to think, Smithy, when you come up against an attack that's bowling this well, as a batsman, what can you do? Well, there was a couple of things you can do. I think first off, you have to go hard at them. You actually have to try and put them under pressure. There's things you can move around the crease. BJ Watling got 4 beautiful deliveries from Steve Finn. One he ended up nicking. Sometimes you have to go across, you have to bat on off stump so you can hit the ball on the leg side. You have to try some different things. You bat deeper in the crease, you come outside the crease to change the length. Finn and Anderson have just zeroed in on the perfect line and length for these New Zealand batsmen. But somehow you have to try and force their length. Ross Taylor. Well in behind the ball, playing nice and straight. At the end of the day, you've got to try and get down the other end. You've got to find somewhere to score some runs. That's the other thing. When they have had a delivery they can score off, they've found the fielder.
I just felt with Kane Williamson, he's a really fine young player. But I just kind of think when he got out, I think he started to look for that third man area in his innings, and he's played the shot. It's been a good collection area for him, to be fair. He's plays the shot quite well, but with 2 slips in place, it's a dangerous option with 2 slips in place. I agree with it without in the slips, but with 2 in place, I just think the Williamson, if I look at the angle of the bat, and I'm absolutely critical. He pushed away, it wasn't his best ever shot, but what about the angle of the bat here? Just looking to fend away slightly. Third man, I think, was in his mind. Anything outside off stump, third man, can I get it there? And better player than that. Ross Taylor. Wow, what a shot that is. Whoa, that's meeting fire with fire. A beauty in front of square. 15 for 3.
There we go. That is what New Zealand need. They need to fight fire with fire here. Ross Taylor's the man. This time Anderson tries to bully him with a short ball. Taylor said, I'm not going to let that go. Almost a tennis shot. Got the racket up nice and high, hit it in front of square, and got the reward. Excellent shot. That's what New Zealand need. Can't afford to just let England bowl at them. They have to go hard at them.
Every now and then you get one that can perhaps cash in on. You get disappointed because you miss out. There's so few and far between, and there was one that perhaps Elliott did have the chance to get hold of.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a ball that Grant Elliott would normally hit behind point off the middle of the bat. But things are tentative now. You're in a negative mind frame with the score at 20 for 3. You're looking to survive. You're not looking to score. It's a difficult medium. It really is. But I think you go hard the other way.
It's through the gap, and that will race away to the boundary. Welcome runs. Bit of whip. Gets it this time. 24 for 3.
Lovely shot. Good use of the hands here from Elliott. Not sure there was great foot movement, but they didn't need to be. Adjusted with his hands. Pick the gap. Seen a lot of these balls go straight to the fielder. This one goes in the gap and races away for 4. Needed for Elliott and New Zealand.
Taylor 7 and Elliott 6. They are working overtime against this wonderfully disciplined English attack. Gorgeous day, folks. If you're in the Auckland area, come on down. I know the Blues are playing later tonight on the Sky Sport 1. That'll be good. Good field set to this from Alistair Cook. He's making it very hard even for New Zealand to hit gaps, especially on that offside.
Well, there's a lot of talk pre-match about the size of the boundaries here at Eden Park, and particularly straight, which is on the shorter side at 56, 57 metres straight down the ground. What the England bowlers have done superbly is pull the length back. New Zealand just have not been able to hit the ball down the ground because of the length. They've made that adjustment really well. Bigger boundary square of the wicket here at Eden Park. This is where New Zealand have scored their runs. In fact, one shot from Kane Williamson down the ground for 4. Everything else square of the ground, and most of those runs on the leg side as well. New Zealand just haven't been able to get on the front foot.
That there, magnificent from Taylor. Classic drive.
That's what we're talking about. That's why they haven't pitched the ball up, because as soon as they do, Taylor will go bang down the ground. That is a beautiful cricket shot. Brilliant balance. That is not a half volley either. That is a good length ball that has gone whistling back past Stuart Broad as quickly as it came.
Someone walking in front of the sight screen there. Not much disturbs Ross Taylor, but it was obviously something that caught his eye on that occasion.
Well, he pulled away pretty late, but oh, hang on, it's right in delivery, isn't it?
It's almost
right
too
in
late.
delivery.
That's beautiful play. Timing, everything there. And a run away for 4. Just checked a little bit as it pitched first time. So nicely played from Grant Elliott to finish the 20th over, 57 for 3.
Well, Jimmy Franklin in the middle there, an integral part of it, whatever they decide to do. Run away. They have got their third man of fine leg strategically placed. It's a difficult boundary to protect, and England seem to have picked up on it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I guess the thing from a New Zealand perspective is they're being dictated to at the moment. The English are calling all the shots, and at some point they've got to try and wrestle the game away, and how they go about that is going to involve some risks, and mid-on and mid-off up it may mean that one of them has to come down and try and hit one over the top.
Taylor's going to go. Oh no, that's bad. He was going to go, and he has sent Elliott down the river here, unfortunately. He knows it too. He knows it. He was coming and he stopped, and that was the risk you were talking about, and one that didn't come off. He was definitely starting to come, Taylor.
Yeah, it's the pressure, isn't it? They know they've got to make something happen. Steve Finn gets to that ball very quickly. Frozen rope for an arm. And Taylor just sells him down the river, doesn't he? As Grant Elliott departs for 24. New Zealand 64 for 4.
This is the area Taylor looked for a 2. Not this time around. Finn very quickly to the ball.
Lesson learnt.
Yeah, it is. It is a lesson learned. It's not an easy ground to pinch extra runs. The throw is so short. Once you've got that ball in your hand, look out.
I think that's a good point. There's one of the main differences between here and overseas. Here you can look to take on fielders on the boundary when you're batting because the boundaries are so short, and it works in reverse.
Little touch there from Taylor. Well, what are we going to do here? England thought they heard something. Taylor's saying, I didn't feel anything on the bat. Is it worthwhile asking about? I didn't feel anything. He's saying to McCullum, by all means, if you want to claim it, you claim it. Now, certainly was a noise as it went past. Certainly a noise. Did it get a faint bottom edge? A really faint bottom edge? England think so. They think they've got their man. A really key wicket for them.
This is interesting, isn't it? Normally when you're batting, front foot's fine. When you're batting, you know when you've hit it. It was a big noise too, isn't it?
Oh, it sounded like it. It sounded like it to me. Bottom edge, toe edge of the bat. Is there anything on there? That's the key. Is there anything on there? Is the evidence there? Is Taylor right? Is Taylor going to dodge a bullet here? because on that evidence, I don't think there's any new hotspot as such. Certainly didn't hit the back of the bat. Are we going to go on hotspot? I agree. When it went past the bat, I thought to myself, edge. Taylor, not for 1 second, has been convinced he hit it.
So what's the rule here? They have to prove that it's not out, or they just have to find a reason to give it out?
Well, I think if you go looking for evidence, you have to get definitive evidence, right? Now, the decision here is not out, right? The original decision, is out. Original decision is out. Is there anything that you can see? Anything you can see that says he's definitely out there?
Oh, no. But I only have one eye when it comes to New Zealand batting, to be honest.
Well, if hotspot is definitive, if you say hotspot is definitive, there is no evidence on that.
I guess the only thing is if that keeps going, right at the very end, there's a mark on the bottom of the bat, but that would be it.
Well, if he's given out, it's not on hotspot evidence.
So then what's the point of having it?
I agree. I agree. That ball may have gone past the bat when the noise was there. That ball may well have gone past the bat. I repeat that. That's a great angle, that. This is a major decision, this. Massive decision. So that if they're going to give him out, they believe, wow, hotspot can go out the window then. Hotspot can go out the window. They don't believe it. I don't either, quite frankly.
No, but which makes me think that they have to find evidence to give it not out, because that's just crazy. What's the point of it?
I don't get it. I want to see this angle here. When the noise comes, is the ball behind the bat? Has it gone past the bat? I'm not sure that Ross Taylor should be given out under the ethics of what we're supposed to use for that evidence. 28, 67 for 5.
Stop it.
There he goes, and he's hit it into the stand. Wow, out of the blue. Where did that come from?
Out of the middle. Out of the middle, all right. It's gone a long way back.
Do you think he knew we were talking about golf up here, Brendan McCullum, and he felt a little offended?
He too loves his golf. That's a good swing. Lovely swing of the bat. It's gone plenty back. Quick feet to the pitch of the ball. Swan knew it straight away.
Missed out there. Generated the short one. Just couldn't put the icing on the cake in the over. 92 for 5. Yeah, interesting bat grip, isn't it? Handle with the big knobby bit at the end of it.
You just take the string off. He likes it quite skinny, so takes all the string off from underneath. Just gives it a little more whip as well.
You wouldn't want to mistime any though, would you? Wouldn't the string take a lot of that vibration out?
The rubber does more than the string, doesn't it?
Nicely lean on. A look for 3, and Franklin will come back. Then you hear some of the great batsmen who used to have up to 6 grips on their bat, used to like big thick handles. I mean, a big thick handle and thick grip used to always make the bat feel lighter. Thinner handle, heavier.
You see a lot of the subcontinent players in the past have had thick grip. Sachin Tendulkar had fat grip. But, yeah, Brendan McCullum opts for that particular theory. Thin at the top, maybe a bit thicker at the bottom.
There you go. So it's all the string that normally is wrapped around the canes, I guess. Not there. Oh, in the air, gone. Soft, very soft dismissal. A real shame that one for Franklin, and Swann's accepted it.
100th wicket in one-day internationals for Graham Swann too. Nice to do it all himself. A little bit shorter, Franklin looking to punch it away. Gets it aerial, and Swann takes a very good caught and bowl. James Franklin out for 13. New Zealand lose their 6th with 99 on the board.
McCullum's to the rescue. That's what's required. Nathan McCullum, the older brother, inside the bowl off spinners, but is handy with the cricket bat. Joins Brendan, who's in some distress out there, actually. He didn't look comfortable. He was once again stretching. He's stretching again now as he walks back to the non-striker's end. He's got a real problem with his side. And he looks in a bit of discomfort when he does stretch. He has a pained look on his face. So he needs to wicket keep later on in the game.
Well, fortunately, I guess New Zealand do have a pretty decent replacement in BJ Watling, but you'd hope he's not too serious.
Well, the other thing is someone out there has got to give it the old heave-ho at some stage. And you'd have to think that Brendan McCullum is the best candidate to do that. And if he's restricted in any way, that's just bad news. 100 up for New Zealand now. Nice, 106. So New Zealand does bat deep, and they need it. Ellis next in, he's all right with the cricket bat. And you got Southey Mills, who you more want to put in as hitters, really. A lot of overs remaining in this innings. Shot, good shot. That should go for 4.
A good piece of timing and placement from Brendan McCullum. Got a half volley, found the gap.
And nice and reactive, just a half volley, put away well. Well, Wasp was predicting from this situation, New Zealand should get to 180. Hey, Wasp was saying should get to 177. So it's a case of do they lift it now and try to get to 200?
I wonder whether Wasp might have flown into a windscreen on the way to the ground today.
I'll tell you what, I was stung by a wasp yesterday doing the longest water slide in the world. It's good catch. Wow, that was dying all the time. Cool, calm as you like. And Cook snaffled it.
Stephen Finn, superb today. That's his 3rd, 3 for 9 now into his 8th over. Just a bit of bounce. Nathan McCullum unable to get on top of it. Cook does the rest. And New Zealand now in further trouble. 109 for 7.
Never say die. It's a nice shot. And that'll run away for 4. Beautifully placed, Andrew Ellis. Well done. That's good support for the skipper. 116 for 7. 6 off the over. Oh, what a shot that is. That's seeing it early and pummeling it in front of square.
Wow, this is some shot from McCullum. First bit of harsh treatment Stephen's faced today. banged it in short, thought he'd try it on. And he's in really good position. Nice high hands, full control in front of square, along the ground. That is a really hard shot to play.
Well, he does well because he tries to get offside of the ball. At the very worst, he hits it from in front of his eyes. And again, this is over the top. Even better, one bounce. Put the foot down, son.
Oh, this is even better. Stephen stood in the middle of the pitch and stared at McCullum as if to say, you can't do that. The way I've been bowling today, it's just not on. Look at that shot in front of square. One bounce before. Picks up the length so quick. The hands are so quick as well. That is some shot from McCullum. Boom. And you watch your reaction from Steve Finn. Whatever. He's saying whatever.
See if you can do it 3 times in a row. Yes, I can! And Finn falls on his nose to add insult to injury. Oh, that's woken them up around Eden Park. Brilliant stuff.
Oh, great stuff from McCullum. Counter-attacking. We've been waiting all day for a New Zealand counter-attack, and it's coming from the skipper. Bang, it's in the slot. Look how well he's hit that.
Yeah, look at Steve Finn. I don't think he was saying too much when he was rubbing the dust off the end of his nose. McCullum will get that for a boundary as well. So Anderson's change of pace yet again has not been a good one. Down to 109 and down to the fence.
Well, we didn't see a slow ball from James Anderson in his first 6 overs because he didn't need to. Now he's been put under pressure by McCullum. Out the back of the hand, and it was short, and it was set up, and it said hit me. And Brendan McCullum doesn't miss out on those sorts of deliveries. Placement was good.
Very good over. It's 2 in a row from the skipper in particular. It's 145 for 7. Now, if you're Andrew Ellis, put your thoughts inside his head. What does he do? Just keep feeding? Just feeding? Or does he hit 2?
Well, I think worst case scenario is looking for 1. He's got 9 from 9, done a good job. Good strike rate. Most important thing right at this moment is to give McCullum as much strike as possible. But if he gets a bad delivery, Ellis still has to put it away. And he'll be good enough to put it away, but he needs to just play with nice soft hands, pick a gap, get the skipper back on strike. Of course, Stuart Broad will want to bowl as many deliveries as he can at Andrew Ellis. So the field's come in a touch tighter. The fielders are aware that Ellis is on strike. He's looking for a single, and they want to block it up. They want to keep him on strike, keep McCullum down the non-striker's end. So the fielders have just come in a touch tighter than what they did for McCullum.
That could be out. It is out. Really good sprawling catch there. Wokes is the fielder. He judged it well. They put a man back to fine leg instead of having up inside the circle. And Wokes ran round, took a good catch, and Broad snares his man. They're going to try and confirm the fact that this is a legitimate delivery before Andrew Ellis has to make the walk.
Right, let's check the front foot, and that's fine. Slid forward, well behind the line, no issue there whatsoever. So Andrew Ellis will have to keep walking. Cross seamer that bounced and got big on Andrew Ellis. He'll be disappointed with the option. 2 men back, it wasn't a great option. Good catch though. Ellis has to go back. Gone for 9, New Zealand 146 for 8.
It's good stuff. That's all they have to do. Quite the whippet he used to be, Kyle Mills, but he got through safely there.
No. He was struggling for a little bit here, Millsy. Nice, good stride, and he's off. Look at the big yards being put in. Oh, he made it easy in the end, you'll say. You just want to be careful hitting the ball near Owen Morgan, who is one of England's better fielders. Oh, don't tell me he's tweaked something. He's stretching out for that quick single. There's a shake of the head. I'm hoping that a groin or a thigh or quad. And he's just talked to Chris Gaffney and said, would you believe it?
Maybe an Achilles, the way he stretched out there, or maybe something around the ankle area or the calf, lower leg, but doesn't look too bad. So then Brendan McCullum, he's hit a couple of things to consider here. Looming large is the fact that still 60 balls left. But in the meantime, he can raise his bat for a very well earned 50. Another terrific performance from the skipper. Top touch, top touch.
Just what his side needed. 50 from 54. Coming at a tough time. He's continued to score runs, in top form he is. Fortunately for New Zealand, they needed a lot more from their skipper, but he's done a good job today. I'm sure Brendan McCullum will feel that Kyle Mills has enough batting pedigree to bat this time, to bat these overs through. Just finding that mix of how hard does McCullum go now? How hard does he attack?
Just wonder whether Alistair Cook has entertained the thought of going for the jugular here himself, having a slip and place an extra catcher, maybe a gully, and saying just bowl orthodox stuff to this guy, this Kyle Mills. Bring a couple of players in off the deep just for 4 or 5 balls, as if to say, well, man, if I can nip you out, McCullum won't be any problem to me at all. Won't have any help shortly.
Yeah, I think it's a really good option. Some consider it a bit daring, and there's no need for England to push further ahead, but still 9 and a bit overs left. If they can knock over Mills and Tim Southey, Brendan McCullum's going to be stuck. He's going to be stranded at the other end, and he won't be affected. Graham Swan just says 1. They want to give Kyle Mills 1 here. More than happy.
Oh, that's close. Yes, very, very close. Caught, crease bound, and Wokes sneaks through. And I don't think there's too much doubt about this one at all.
Looked full and straight, didn't it? Let's have a look. Kyle Mills. Good seam up. Oh, it's at the back leg. That's about as good as it gets from a bowling point of view. And yes, the dreaded finger has gone up from Chris Gaffney. So Kyle Mills on his way back for 2. New Zealand, 150 for 9.
Last man in and plenty to do. Batting another 54 deliveries is number 1 on the agenda. So Tim Southey, who's a noted hitter and does have a good strike rate, but he has to play an entirely different role here, and that is one of supporting. Has to just exist out there and run well with Brendan McCullum and feed him strike whenever he can. There's not much else he can do. And McCullum, well, he's the master. He's in control. He might have an option 2 more. There's one. Hit it for 6. That's a beauty. Love that option.
Well, McCullum loves Stuart Broad's bowling at the moment. Broad thought, right, got the big boundary out to the left, 67 metres. I'll put 3 men back there and I'll bang it in and see what he does. Well, this is what he's done. He's pinged it 10 rows back. Was never going to let that go. Didn't even hit the middle of the bat. That is a big blow.
Ironic, isn't it? Umpire Ravi says that's 1 for the over as well. To the bowler, just been smashed over backward square leg. Brennan saying, let him do more. Callum saying, I want more of those. Rather have those and full just outside off stump.
Well, I think Brendan McCullum's decided 9 down, Southey at the crease. If it's there to hit, he's going to have a crack. This is Kyle Mills. It's just full and straight. Hasn't done anything. Mills has played all around it, looking to hit it 2 square onto the leg side. Hit halfway up the shin on the back leg, and that will be halfway up middle, I would think. That's as good as it gets.
Southey on strike. Still, I'm thinking Alistair Cook has slipped. Tim Southey nicks one down past the keeper. He'll kick yourself. Going to hover around the crease line by the look of it. Just go for the jugular and try and get him out. And McCullum will be useless with the bat. He gets Southey because he can't continue. He's gone. A shot.
Nice shot from Southey. Good result. Single. It's McCullum back on strike. He's a good hitter of the ball, Tim Southey. That's not his role right now. His role is to give McCullum as much strike as possible. Broad has to go short again with the way this field's set. Both men are up inside the circle straight.
Oh, that's an adjustment from McCullum. He was looking and thinking, I think, the way you were. He really did open up that front leg there. Little joke between he and Broad as he goes past him. Just look at McCullum's change here. Lining it up. Oh, good bailout.
It was. He was going big over mid-wicket. It lined up the space. And then it wasn't quite where he wanted it, so he made a good adjustment.
Oh, that's a good shot in the end. One bounce 4 from Southey. Instinctive stuff. 13 from the over, 163 for 9. So it's the Brendan McCullum show again. 58. Solid contributions from Taylor and Elliott. And that's about it. Still a chance for McCullum to go even further, and Southey thinks he can score a few as well, because that's as good a pull shot as you'll see. On his toes, pivots on the back foot, classic stuff, and finds that gap at square leg. Here's Wokes. Brilliant batting. Really good stuff from McCullum, controlled.
Well, England just will not pitch the ball up. Again, Wokes bangs it in short. McCullum just uses that pace. Picks his spot. Third man's up inside the circle. And that is class. That is brilliant stuff from McCullum. Nice adjustment. Moved ahead to 62 from 58. 3 sixes in that innings as well. Oh, that was a touch fuller. Well, I think he was expecting maybe something a little bit shorter, because that's the sort of delivery that McCullum goes bang down the ground, especially with both men up inside the circle.
Well, I think you get a clue with Brendan McCullum here, because he's got quite an open stance because of the fact that he thinks they're going to bowl short. Look how open he is for this series. And then the backlift suggested he was going to go bigger. Single there, but Brendan McCullum thinking, well, could have got 1, might get 6 off the next one.
Yeah, he's lining up, isn't he? He's got a very open stance. Looking for that short delivery he can hit to the leg side. There's 3 men back on the leg side, waiting for anything in the air. Been an outstanding series by McCullum, the skipper. Look at those scores. 69 not, 74 and 62 not out at the moment.
And that, of course, goes with the brilliance of the 2020s as well. So he's been on fire, that innings in Hamilton. Winning the game there. Daniel Vittori in the background.
One of your old shirts there, Smithy.
Clean shaven. It is actually. Collector's items, those. World Series cricket, collector's items. He looks worried, that man, doesn't he? Stress and strain. How good's that? Yes, indeed, it's 6. Flat. Trace the bullet.
Oh, he lined it up, McCullum. Missed out on a couple a little bit earlier that were fuller. This time it was in the slot. That is in the slot to Brendan McCullum, and he's in this sort of touch, this sort of form. He is not going to miss out. That is flat and hard. Keep your eyes open down there.
Southey's got to go! Oh, Wokes had have picked it up. That could have been disaster. Oh, the worms turned a wee bit there. Southey, a big smile, 11 from the over, 174 for 9.
Oh, McCullum looking for the single to keep the strike, and Southey was gone for all money. Wokes just had to pick it up. Didn't even need to throw it at the stumps. Could have taken the bails off. Good dive from Southey. Good desperation. And a smile on the face because he knows how lucky he was. A little bit of luck for New Zealand. Wokes can't believe he hasn't picked it up. Hasn't affected the run out. Wow, this is interesting. Graham Swan, the off spinner's coming back in to the attack. Oh, time for a change upstairs to take you through New Zealand's innings. Mark Richardson with Nick Knight.
Thanks, Matt. This will be too much for Brendan McCullum to resist. This could be very interesting. He is in a rich vein of form now, Brendan McCullum, especially when he has that clarity of just going at it. When he goes at it, he is by far and away a better player than when he's trying to defend, no question. And this role that he's doing, he'll have that clarity more regularly.
It's not going to get it up above the eye line, that's for sure. He knows he's coming at him here. He's a very good bowler, of course he is, with lots of experience, but this is a big test for Swan.
Well, he's not going to give him any width. That's what he's not going to give him the opportunity to be able to stand there and hit him straight back over his head. He's keeping it very tight. Well, the right arm around the wicket, pitching it outside leg, ending it at leg. Has he hit that well enough? You bet he's hit it well enough. He's hit it massive.
Well, he's desperate not to give him any width. The length is slightly wrong. I think he needs to either get it slightly fuller, just in the slot length, so he can get underneath it. Whack, there, gone. Short boundary, 57 metres down the ground.
He was able to get his foot beside it, wasn't he? Outside leg. Or does he go full again, but very full, and that's a good idea too. Don't let him get underneath the ball.
He aimed it at 2 yards wide of it, off and beaten.
Nearly cleaned up Southey as well. Power from McCullum. Again, he's just got his length ever so slightly wrong, and he's been punished. He wants to try and get it full. There you go.
Long off, had no chance. Short. Finds it. He's going to hold out. Well taken, good awareness, and McCullum's brilliant innings comes to an end. Oh, he's mortified with himself because he was there to hit and he just picked him out.
Well, he's furious. You can see he's absolutely gutted. Shortish boundary, but you would back him to hit it over the top. Swan gets lucky. I think he was giggling. He knew he got lucky. It's not where he intended. Well, it's an extra, brilliant rather, counter punch from Brendan McCullum. It's not going to be enough, but we assume it's not going to be enough. 79 to his name, and New Zealand ball out for 185.
It was a long hop. He generated it. He just didn't hit it well enough. And he probably didn't. That's a good catch. That jump was timed to perfection out there. But it's the end of New Zealand innings. They're bowled out for 185. They only batted 43.5 overs, 6.1 overs shy. So this is what England require, 186. And a little under 4 to do it. New Zealand is going to have to bowl very, very well.
So 186, that run rate required. Very short, 3.72. Pitch is very good, make no mistake. England bowled beautifully.
They did. The conditions are excellent out there. This pitch has pace and bounce. And unless New Zealand take early wickets, I fear that England could romp home here.
Mills with the new ball in hand. Ian Bell at the non-striker's end, and Alistair Cook on strike. England are underway.
Yeah, just a little nudge from Cook to get him off the mark, down to fine leg. Not got the same pace, New Zealand's attack, as Finn has. Plenty of height, good record though for Kyle Mills. Don't understand why McCullum, if he's got a strain, is out there at mid-off. Can't be doing himself any good. It's crucial for New Zealand that he plays in the Test series starting in 10 days' time.
Yeah, I find it very hard that he can field with that side strain.
Anything that prevents him keeping will surely limit him in the field. Anyway, maybe he thinks keeping will aggravate it more than just standing at mid-off.
So they need wickets up front, something New Zealand couldn't do in Napier. To Mills and Southey. I like the fact that Tim Southey's going to have the new ball again. Try and get a little bit of swing. It's Tim Southey. Went searching a little bit in Napier. Sure he'll be better today. That new ball back in his hand. Have to field exceptionally well. Take every opportunity if they get it. Bell's underway too.
No margin for error at all on this pitch for any bowler. That's why that opening spell of Finn's and Anderson's was so good. Can't really remember either of them being hit away on the leg side in the first few overs.
There it goes again. Might push for 2 this time. They won't take it on. 3 without loss after the first. In the air, gets away with it. Probably pick up 4. He does.
One of the beauties of the big modern bat, big thick inside edge on that from Ian Bell. It's shot away.
Oh, that's nice. Picked up just over the boundary for 6.
Was that about no risks? Just shuffling over towards the offside and an exquisite little flick over mid-wicket. Nothing more than that, and it sailed away for 6.
I guess it's relatively risk-free.
Well,
he's got a bailout. He's always got a bailout, Ian Bell, but he gets it exactly where he wants it when he advances down the wicket on that occasion. Expensive over, 10 from it, 17 without loss. It's nicely played as well. Just be 1. Bell was looking for 2. Good work from the New Zealand fielders.
Yeah, I think Bell thought that Cook had hit it an awful lot better than he had. Getting towards the end of the one-day stuff. Test cricket starts again in a few days' time. England team looking forward to that, and New Zealand probably being made aware today just what they're going to face in the longer form of the game.
That's very nice. Short and just punished away on the leg side from Bell.
Well, I can understand Southee bowling the odd short ball because his main weapon is to try and pitch the ball up and swing it, so he doesn't want the batsman just propping forward all the time. But Bell plays that with so much time, just rocking onto the back foot, comfy shot. So come on then, Dooley, given the pickle that you got yourselves into when Ross Taylor was relieved of the captaincy and Brendan McCullum took over, he's unfit for the first test. Who's captain?
Ross Taylor.
You're joking me?
No question. If he's offered it and he didn't want it,
would your coach and management offer it?
Well, they'd have to. They'd have to, because they couldn't possibly give it to anyone else. Pulled away nicely. 4 more.
I think I'm going to stay. I want to be around when this happens. Good shot from Cook. Just a lazy little leg side pull away, backward a square for 4. Well, given that you're going to have to look forward rather than back, then you'll have to give it with somebody like Kane Williamson, won't you?
Wide. I just think that it should be offered for the 1 test. If he turns it down, then yes, Kane Williamson would be the next choice. I don't think he's ready for it at all. If it wasn't offered, I'd be very surprised. Not saying he'd accept it. Aerial and away to the boundary for 4. Found the gap.
Well, too much variation in line and length and being lapped up by the England captain in this over. The short ball pulled away for 4, followed by the wide half volley just caressed over cover for 4 more.
The crowd turned up today. So I guess holds about 45,000 for a cricket match, 48,000 maybe. I'll enjoy that, no matter who you're supporting. That is a cracking cricket shot.
Well, it just about sums up the game, doesn't it? With the beautiful straight driven 4 by an England batsman and the New Zealand bowler flat out on his back.
John Graham, Sir John Graham it is, and his wife Sheila sitting in the crowd. Former All Black captain, flanker, New Zealand cricket manager as well. And John Graham, one of the best we have ever had, I can tell you that. First-hand experience, possibly the best we have ever had. One of those gentlemen that when he walked into a room, you kind of knew he was there before you saw him. He had a presence about him. With John Graham, wonderful, wonderful man.
Getting picked off here, New Zealand. England 42 without loss, looking comfortable. No pace to threaten the opening batsman.
In the air, should be out, will be out, taken. Hamish Rutherford.
Well, trapped out Bell. He'll be really annoyed with himself, really annoyed, because it's just a half tracker and he's helped it into the leg side. Yeah, re-rehearsing, going over the shot. There's a bit of a weight here for the front foot. Just being asked to check for the no ball. Oh, now then.
First point of contact. First point of contact, remember that. It's the landing there. Yeah, he's fine. It's fine by 1.5 inches, maybe. Sorry, 1.5 mil, maybe. Have a look at that one. What does this one say? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's what they talk about now. It's not actually where it finishes up. It's about that first point of contact, and they're happy enough with that. No problem at all. So Ian Bell goes. Out for 24, and England lose their first wicket with 41 on the board.
His runs there, and probably 4 of them. Placement is beautiful. Gee, plays that shot well, Cook.
He does play it well, so strong through that point region. Wasn't overly wide from Southey, but there was enough, just enough width. Always in control, hit it along the ground. Third man coming around, couldn't get there. Southey knows straight away. Knows he's given Alistair Cook a chance to score. That's the thing that these New Zealand bowlers are finding. If their margins, if they miss, Auckland are going to hurt them. Sorry, England are going to hurt them, and they're doing that early on today. Looks some good touch, doesn't he, Alistair Cook? Just the sort of form, I guess, heading for this Test series, Smithy. Such an important part of that Test side. Scored big runs for England in Test cricket over the last couple of years.
Well, let's not forget the quality that's waiting in Queenstown as well. A fellow by the name of Peterson, Compton, Panesar, Pryor. Hat full of them. It's good length from Tim Southey. Can't hit those too far. 48 for 1, 8 gone. Well, it's a beautiful evening. There'll be people flocking down to the viaduct for an evening meal. People also flocking around their screens to watch the Auckland Blues start their season against the Hurricanes down in Wellington. That's very shortly too. Meanwhile, stay with us and watch some great batting, because England are displaying it all at the moment. That is a magnificent cover drive.
Lovely cover drive, Jonathan Trott. Look at the high elbow. Boom. Look at the control. Placement was superb. Just wonder there whether Brendan McCullum, if he wasn't injured, might have dived for that. All right, Kane Williamson. 12 wickets in his international career. Pretty good average, under 30. Best 4 for 22. That was done in the recent series in South Africa. Tends to prove to be one of those bowlers that just picks up, has a happy knack of picking up wickets, breaking partnerships. Can he do it tonight?
Not off that ball. That's reverse swept, and I don't think Rutherford's going to pull it in. He will not. Great option for Trott first up, especially with the angle from round the wicket.
Raced away, didn't it? It was full, and Trott just got it nice and fine. Look at that. Just used the pace that Williamson gave him to get it fine. Raced away. Rutherford had no chance.
Oh dear. This time off the back foot, through point. Big chase out there for Southey. Oh, touch and go. Might have a look at that.
I think it's all right. I think he's done really well here, Southey. He actually wanted to tap it back. Dive went a bit early, and it just kept rolling. Had to get his feet back and play. He's done really well. Wasn't quite how he wanted it to go, but same result. There you go, Smithy. Turn back the clock. Kit you're used to wearing years ago, the beige brigade. Brigade?
Mac. Isn't that hard to say?
A little bit of a tongue twister. Looking splendid, those boys.
Well, they are. It was a great outfit. Set of world fashion trend. Nightclub material. In those days they had discos.
Is that what you guys wore out to the nightclub?
Absolutely. It was free. Got a couple of sets of it. One for the game, one for the club. Free hit. That length for Alistair Cook. England already through to 70.
Wonder if Brendan McCullum will just keep chopping and changing, going through his bowling options. Grant Elliott could well get a go. Just to see what happens. Pretty comfortable. 9 from that Kane Williamson over. England 71 for 1.
Usually if it's a good batting pitch, it favours fast bowling as well, and somebody like Shane Bond or Richard Hadley wouldn't worry too much about a good batting pitch. It's medium pacers that will get caught out on a good batting pitch. You look at this and you'd say Stephen Finn, he'd enjoy bowling here.
Well, it had bounce, and he exploited that bounce. Nicely tucked away. Short boundary, so very hard for Finley to cut that off. 80 for 1. Call it 2. Just the 1. But already you notice the difference between the top order here, the English top order and the New Zealand top order, is the English top order is able to find areas of the field to pick up their ones. And so all of a sudden when they get a boundary ball and they put it away, they put it in a gap, they're scoring at a good clip. There you go. That'll be 4 more. Just leant back, waited for it, got up behind square, good shot.
Doesn't miss that. He's looking for that all the time. The back cut, plays it late, almost plays it out of the wicket-keeper's gloves.
He's very good just laying back and hitting the ball any sort of width, square of the wicket. I'll be very interested to see his method and how he deals with those style of deliveries in the test matches, whether he just shelves that and just lets them go through. It's 87 for 1. Pretty good opportunity this, without having to really generate a fast strike rate, for an opportunity for these two to get plenty of match practice, isn't there? They'll want to play traditional one-day cricket if they possibly can, but of course Cook and Trott will be heavily involved in the test series.
Well, that's exactly it. He can be a bit selfish out there. 99 to win, 9 wickets left. It's almost like having a net. I think Kevin Peterson is around, maybe down in Queenstown. There is a warm-up match before the test matches in Queenstown, which will be good. Who else will be down there? Nick Compton, Monty Panesar, Matt Pryor. Some of these lads will be going home. Owen Morgan is going back. Josh Butler will be going back. Samit Patel will be going back. James Treadwell will be going back.
Edge fine enough to pick up 4.
How many times do we see that? Commentators, flashing blade, look at it in the air for so long, slip, get a slip in.
Cook hasn't looked as good against Franklin. I think just Franklin's lack of pace seems to trouble him just a little bit.
Well, look at him leaning back there. That's always a good shot, hot spot from side on. You can see his body weight is leaning back.
He's just struggling with timing, Franklin. He's having to wait for the ball a little longer and just feeling for it somewhat.
Well, I can tell you, going back in the day, we used to have protracted meetings about 2 bowlers who were slow. Gavin Larson and Chris Harris.
50 partnership between these two from 62 deliveries. It's been really proficient stuff. Well, they were so successful, Gavin Larson and Chris Harrison, and it was their lack of pace and the way that they just didn't come on to the bat.
Deepak Patel opening the bowling.
No, 3 for 1. I will warn you though, stay away from our statistician Francis Payne. He loves his English pubs and he's found a couple of very good ones down there in Dunedin. And I promise you there's nothing good can come from going to those pubs with Francis Payne.
Sounds a challenge.
Well, there's everything right, actually. It depends on what side of the fence you sit. But if you do go to one of those English pubs with Francis, there's an etiquette you've got to follow. Don't break it.
Go on.
No, I'll let Francis explain the etiquette. Last person that broke it never worked for Sky again. Oh, damn. Shot. Good shot. Just leant back, put it through the gap for 4.
Well, let's start sensible. You must wear trousers.
For how long? Gee, that's good timing.
Oh, yes, mate.
I don't think so.
Great squeezing out. Great job, boy.
Seven from the over. It's 106 for 1.
It's tough times for the New Zealanders. Tim Southey back into the attack. Yet to pick up a wicket tonight. Edge has a carry. It has. Watling takes the catch. Finger goes up from S. Ravi and Trotter's on his way. Wicket for Southey.
Good start from Tim Southey. Cross seamer. And Jonathan Trott looking to hit the cover sweeper, and it gets a fine edge. Just what New Zealand needed. As Trott leaves for 38, England 109 for 2.
Tim Southey, that last wicket of Jonathan Trott, nicked him out, and they said, let's review it. He's nicked it. Maybe he was thinking the umpire wasn't going to give it out. He's gone a bit early with the review. Wasn't needed as the umpire gave it out in the end. But no doubt for Tim Southey. Well, I guess it's an opportunity now for New Zealand, Scott, to make a couple of dents into this English batting lineup. Oh, pulled away hard. Man back there, so it will just be 1 for Root.
Yeah, it's a good point. In all likelihood, New Zealand will get beaten today. But the first test, if New Zealand can just pick up 2 or 3 wickets, get amongst this top order. As a batsman, you do know when someone has got you out, or the next time you face them, he got you out the last time. Just that little psychological boost.
Absolutely. Southey could knock over the English captain, Alistair Cook. Just take that edge into that first test. Flipped away fine. Some work for Franklin to do. Does well, keeps it to 1. 2 runs and a wicket in that Tim Southey over. England 111 for 2. Edged and taken. Southey's done it again. Finger goes up, and this time it's the England skipper, Alistair Cook. Southey's found the edge.
Terrific bowling again from Southey. Again, it's that good length just outside off. Looks like it left Alistair Cook just a little bit, and he gets a faint edge. Alistair Cook departs for 46. England 112 for 3.
Oh, nice timing. Nice placement from Root. Short and wide from Mills, and cut away for 4.
Fantastic shot here, Joe Root. Been very impressed by him. I haven't seen too much of him, but he looks a very good temperament. He's got a great temperament. He just doesn't seem to make that many mistakes.
Driven. Oh, beautiful cover drive. That is Owen Morgan. That is classy, and that is 4.
Cracking shot here. Again, another elegant cover drive, and right out of the screws, as they say.
Oh, he's lovely to watch. He is a class player, Owen Morgan. Of course, Brendan McCullum knows a lot about him. They played together in the IPL for Kolkata Knight Riders teammates, so you would think that McCullum should know his strengths and weaknesses, where to put the fielders. He's changed the field. Short cover comes into play. And this time he goes over the top. Good blow from Morgan. Back-to-back boundaries. Nice way to finish the over. England 128 for 3. Joe Root, Owen Morgan have been left to finish this game off for England. Partnership of 20 between these two. Plenty of time left for England. Wide rate is 2.3, so runs per over not an issue at all.
Well, Macca, I've just come back from the British commentary box, and from a neutral's perspective, I guess, if you can call it that, or an outsider's perspective, they think Baz should head back to the top of the order. They think that because he would be the best player to put some pressure on that opening partnership of Finn and Anderson.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've only got one Brendan McCullum. It'd be nice to have 2 or 3, wouldn't it? We could spread him at the top, in the middle, and lower down, and then it wouldn't be an issue. But unfortunately, there's only one of them. And at the moment, I think he's doing a pretty good job in the middle order. You look at his series, scores have been outstanding. Unfortunately, he can't do other people's jobs. And those other guys at the top of the order have to find a way to get runs and succeed. In the air from Morgan, and it's gone a long way back. Good blow from the left-hander. 6 down the ground.
Short straight boundaries come into play again. Owen Morgan with mid on and mid off up.
Oh, he's gone again. This time he's dragged it wide. Work for Mills to do. Can't pull it in. He'll run away for 4. Sloppy piece of fielding. Another boundary to Morgan.
Oh, Mills will be disappointed with this. Nathan McCullum tossing it up again. Entices Morgan, but unfortunately his fielder can't help him.
Well, it's a really good piece of bowling. Nathan McCullum to throw it up again. Will he do it again? No, that one's a touch flatter and quicker. And Morgan's good enough to pick off a single. That's the thing about some of these English batsmen, Scott, that I talked about a bit earlier, is they're not prepared to let bowlers settle. Straight away, Morgan's gone after Nathan McCullum. Easy to do when the field's up. You can take risks and hit it over the top, but by and large, the English batsmen are prepared to be aggressive, put some pressure back on the New Zealand bowling lineup. Unfortunately, the New Zealand batsmen, bar Ross Taylor and Napier and Brendan McCullum, have not been able to do that. Where would you like to see Brendan McCullum back? Throw it back at you?
No, I think you make a very good point. There is only one Brendan McCullum. He does a good job at the top and he does a great job in the middle. I think that the answer's pretty simple. If Martin Guptill's there, if Jesse Ryder's there, you've got that ability to generate the strike rate, as we see New Zealand 185 and England 144 for 3.
Joe Root. Again, England are showing some real quality in their middle order, which is this really just a nice little fill-in really after what their top order is doing. So they're just playing a really good brand of cricket that New Zealand at the moment are struggling to answer.
Well, he's looking the goods at the moment too, this Root. There's high hopes in England for him. I think he's in the test squad as well. He's an organised player. And this bloke can play, Morgan.
Well, you know, if you're going to put Joe Root into the test side, you're probably looking at a guy like Morgan not playing to squeeze him in. You've got Kevin Peterson to throw into this batting lineup, remember? So, I mean,
good players waiting in the wings, isn't there?
Well, a dilemma. Who not to play? Look under the umbrella there. Look at Johnny Bairstow's outstanding young cricketer. Can't get a look in. Just going through a purple patch of absolute depth.
Well, then you also really have to have a look at to the balance that they want to maybe play in their tests. They tend to look to play the 3 seamers and 1 spinner, with Pryor batting at 7 nowadays.
Actually, I've just been corrected by Francis Payne. I had to look at him 5 times. Morgan's not in the test squad.
11.
He isn't, but some level. Over the top, and 1 bounce 4. Not perfectly timed at all, so that comes as a bit of a shock to me. I just assumed assumption's a terrible thing. So 150 up for England, and he's having a bit of a last hurrah then, if that's the case.
Slightly slower pace there, just took a little bit of pace off, and that's why he got through that a little bit early and ended up taking the bottom hand off the bat, controlled it nicely with the top hand, and in the end it went a long way.
Toe end. Right on the end of the bat. 151 for 3. Oh, Tim Southey's going to ask for that, but he was on his way down the pitch, Joe Root, so long way out of his ground and very adventurous. I think the angle was taking it very leg side-ish anyway, but they'll take anything they can. He just sort of nodded to the umpire going down. Yep, about a metre or so out of his ground.
Yeah, he also bowled it from pretty much mid-crease as well, so he wasn't anywhere near wicket to wicket, so there was always angle on the delivery as well. Square field set here to Morgan. Square the wicket. And bowling to a plan here, Morgan left-hander, Southey right arm over the wicket. There's a man at sort of a deep gully, 2 deep gullies, maybe a bloke going back at about a deep gully, a point, a short point in front of point, and then a short mid-wicket. And just moving that man who's at backward point to almost a deep gully position, and then a finer catching gully. I honestly think he hits through the air in that area.
Oh, what a shot. Really is. That's timing your advancement of the bowler to perfection and not giving him a chance to readjust. And no wonder they're delighted. They're seeing some beautiful stroke play.
Oh, this is a beautiful counter because he goes down the wicket a little bit and he moves to the offside, Morgan. So what he's doing with a slower ball, which was angled across and get him to play square into the offside airily, he's gone towards it, so nullified it as a slower ball, gone to the offside, so got it closer so he can hit it straight.
And he's hitting it onside too because of the field set you talked about. He's looking to work the ball into the onside, and he did on that occasion. He manufactured a single to counter the field set. It's a sign of a good player who's... This is outside off stump and a little ungamely, but it was very, very clever.
Two catches, short mid-wicket.
It could well be 4. No, Elliott's done well. Made good ground very quickly. It's a hard boundary to protect. Very acute angle.
These can quickly get away from you here because all of a sudden they're just at the boundary with the short boundaries down there.
Well, he just has to bowl wider of off stump, Tim Southey, for this field set. He just cannot. He's got to take the stumps out of play and bowl straight at BJ Watling. Can't get straight. That's his line, really. He's governed by that, and he can't go too wide, so it's pretty hard.
Well, touch and go, really touch and go here. What the umpire's basically said here is that he's not going to give him any soft ones with his plan. He's going to ask him to actually bowl with accuracy, and that's just angling over the top of that guideline that the umpires use.
These are the constraints, though. I mean, you bowl at that, line. Then you get drawn in closer, and Southey knows, look, you forced me into bowling straight, perhaps not that straight, and that's what happens. See? And that's what he's saying. 167 for 3.
Of course, it's not his fault, is it? Never the bowler's fault. It's the umpire's fault. Gee, that's good batting. Such high quality batting.
That's the point that Southey's making. I have a field set, I want to bowl it across him. I bowl it across him to where my captain wants it to go. You say, that's too wide, son. Get it out of there. I mean, it was to the letter of the law, wasn't it, really?
Well, the line's there. He's just got to get it inside it.
It's a nifty shot. Well, Owen Morgan's in a hurry to get this done and dusted, I think. There's 19 to get, 18 now. And if this is his last innings on this tour, it appears it will be. He wants to end it with a flourish. And he's treating us. 39 from 22 balls. Strike rate 177.
Similar scenario here with the field set to Ellis as well, with a man at a very square short gully, then a deeper, more traditional backward point, then a short cover.
That could be out. It is out. What a catch. Really well judged catch by Kyle Mills. They're tougher than they look, those, with the boundary right behind you. So applause all round here. Ellis picks up another wicket, his second. Mills takes a beautifully judged catch. And Owen Morgan too has treated us. They're going to check this for a front foot no ball, but Owen Morgan has conceded the fact that he's probably on his way. And it was pretty while it lasted.
Yeah, it was very pretty. I thought he got the square enough, actually. I was thinking he had it far enough in front of square, so just checking the... Not a problem there. And now let's just enjoy this catch, because it was brilliantly judged. Back pedaling, had to jump, so off balance when he took it, and just had to quickly pull up. Great awareness from Wills. Great awareness there, because so often you see a fieldsman worried that he's going over the line and he doesn't complete the catch. Owen Morgan, a nice 39, 168 for 4.
So Joss Butler is the new player, and what a sensation he's been. Hasn't failed on tour. And this is his last hurrah as well, and asked him to do the wicket keeping. He's done that most proficiently, and so he's probably there to stay in the shorter forms quite some time. Here's Ellis to him. Free flowing batsman. This is a really good catch. You watch this carefully. He gets this in one hand, Kyle Mills, basically in one hand.
What I like about it is that he made sure he completed the catch before worrying about where he was in the field. So he made sure he completed, he made sure it was in his hand, and then he made sure he stayed in. So often you see players, I think, get distracted by where they are, worried about the line, and then just forget to actually complete the catch.
Saved 6 as well. Yes, he hits a gap straight away. This will tease James Franklin. He'll probably run it down. In fact, he will, and Butler will get 3 to get going. England scorecard resembles every England scorecard, really. It's just a model of consistency. 171 for 4. So 15 to win now for England. And this match is going to end rather prematurely, as you would expect. They've been in control from the outset. Really, the opening stand of 42 was all it took to set them on their way, and Bell got out. Another stand of 67. Trott went, then Cook went straight after that, and another partnership of 56. And that's the key in any run chase, putting numbers together in pairs. Salvi again. Yes, so all eyes will be on the news bulletins and the papers tomorrow. Maybe the New Zealand side will be announced. In fact, we know it will, but early in the day, so people can reflect on it. And that is for the first test in Dunedin. That could be out too. Watling would have another one. Yes, he has. Quick feet, and Butler, he doesn't have the last say. But once they snaffle him, then England have lost their 5th. And New Zealand's fielding, if nothing else, has been a good deal better. The catching has been quite exceptional at times.
It's always worth doing this, you know, when a batsman comes in who likes to play strokes and might want to get things done. Just give them something early. Give them a short one early and see if they'll go for it. Will they take the bait? And Butler did. And the job was done by Watling. So he misses out his final innings in New Zealand for some time. Josh Butler out for 3, 171 for 5.
Man on the right, of course, is the New Zealand coach, Mike Hesson, who's got a few issues to resolve, I'm sure, but one which will be resolved tomorrow morning, along with Kim Littlejohn, who is the boss of the selection panel. Comfortable 2 there in the end. Yes, is the test side, and we've heard from New Zealand Cricket that the side will be announced at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. They'll announce 12 players, and then they'll leave one extra space, and that will be confirmed after the warm-up game. So that's from the New Zealand Cricket camp. It's Mike Hesson and Kim Littlejohn. And I imagine Brendan McCullum will be consulted as well, but without an official say. So 12 from plenty is Andrew Ellis, Joe Root. Just the single. Well, there's a man who might know, he might not know yet, but is he in the frame? Is he the one extra player to be announced? Possibly. He's playing in that New Zealand 11 game in Queenstown, so he's in the frame. Is he in the frame? Nathan McCullum to make a test debut.
I think Rutherford is definitely in the frame, because I get the feeling they don't want to have to go back to one of the blokes who had opened for them in the past. And so he'll get an opportunity down there. And if he scores runs, he's got a good first-class record, 4-day record, Rutherford. Better, way better than his ODI record. Well, not ODI record, excuse me, his provincial one-day 50-over record. Averages in the 40s. First-class cricket. Number of centuries to his name. Luke Ronke as well is in that warm-up game.
Yes, well, I suppose if Luke Ronke was to get a big score as keeper, that could have helped them in terms of, ironically, finding someone at the top, because if he could fill that number 7 spot, and wear the gloves, BJ Watling might be able to bat at the top and concentrate it solely on batting. That's an option. I suppose they all have to be considered. I'm not saying that that'll happen, but I can promise you that wicket keeping is quite an arduous job at Test level. 177 for 5. Great shot. Skipper can only turn and chase that one. And another example of what Joe Root might produce for us in the next month.
Yeah, he's taking his time here. It hasn't been a fluent innings, but he looks like a highly organised player, Joe Root. Very, very young. High hopes for him. It's in all forms of the game for England, so that's very handy as well.
James Franklin, and to try and stop England getting the runs in his over. James Franklin. He's an incumbent. I'd imagine that his name will come out of the hat. Somehow they're going to get some confidence in that top order, New Zealand. They're going to find some confidence and resolve. And scoring runs, so many more doors open up to you in a game of cricket. If you've got runs on the board, everything else becomes easier, including captaincy. That is what Mike Hesson, Bob Carter, as the batting men have got to find. They've got to find people like Williamson with runs against their name. Taylor, key element in the Test match coming up.
Well, I like what I've seen out of Taylor just in these 3 innings so far, even though he missed out to a certain extent in Hamilton. He was defending, and he was defending good areas. The ball was hit in the middle of the bat. Then he went out and scored that 100. And that would have made him feel good. And I thought he was playing pretty well today as well.
Nicely punched. McCullum turns and throws. Brilliant, isn't it? Wow, that's brilliant cricket from McCullum. Side straight and all, and now he remembers he's got one, I think. But instinctively, he was always trying for the run out.
Yeah, he's kicking the ground and cursing himself, but I don't think it's because of just missing the run out. I think it's because of what he did. Oh, hang on, I'm injured, aren't I? He's a live wire in the field, though. You forget about that when he's been wicket keeping for a while. Just how actually dynamic he is in the field.
Yeah, well, he's a bit sore, you can tell. Punch from, he might look for 2 here. They'll come back pretty easily. So the scores are tied here at Eden Park. The game will be over perhaps in the next one. 37 gone, 185 for 5. Mills. Joe Root can't get it through. So all of the fielders inside the circle, of course, obviously is trying to stop one. Yes, sir. A tick in the column to all those ground staff too that have made such beautiful pitches in these last 2 series. Wherever we've gone, we've been greeted with good, fair cricket pitches, and I don't think anyone will complain.
And fancy outfields as well. Just there's a little bit of competition between them to outdo each other as to what design they can come up with for the outfield. It's all done by the way that you mow them, so it's the grain, light when you're looking with the grain.
Pulls it away, Joe Root, into a gap. They'll race away for 4, and England only needed 1. And they have done it. The souvenir stump for a young man who has guided his side home on 2 occasions now. And handshakes all around this English camp. They've done it again. Jimmy Anderson, Graham Swan joined the side for the one-day internationals, and going to pick up the spoils once more.
Yeah, nice to see the young fella pick up the stump too, showing that this series win means plenty to him, and I think it does mean plenty the last couple of games to this England side, because I think they were shocked, they were stunned a little bit at times with what the Black Caps were able to achieve, and then each time they've been asked to respond, they have done so, and they've done so emphatically. In the T20s and now in this one-day international series, the ANZ ODI series, they have soundly beat New Zealand in the decider. And, they are looking like this very powerful England team that was advertised to come to these shores.
This has been a Fox Sports presentation.